Hi, this is Eller, and this is my final blog video on my DA contextual analysis. So, my digital artifact was gonna be an Elden Ring lore video detailing the Golden Order, which is one of its primary factions. Although it ended up being a podcast about the Golden Order with my cousin. So, my planning started off with my analytical framework, and I was going to analyze the Golden Order's actions, their powers, and their enemies. And using those three elements, I would connect my research and organize it to kind of get a grasp of what they represented, what their motivations were, and eventually why it ended up crumbling. So my research I plan to do from week 4 to week 9, and that part of the project went great. During my research, because I would be playing the game to do in-game research, I also plan to record parts that I thought would be relevant to my video. However, I was having trouble with recording due to internet and Ethernet issues, so I didn't get nearly as much recording as I wanted to. Then in the beginning of week 9, I was planning on taking all my research and turning that into a script for the video. And then for the rest of week 9 and going into week 10, I would do all the final recordings I needed for my video. Week 10, I would start editing, or week 11, sorry, I would start editing my video and finish it up by week 12. And I plan to do that on iMovie, which, was not the greatest spot to do it. So the research went great. I was able to organize everything under the 3 elements: actions, enemies, and power. I also found some great scholarly sources. However, like I said, due to the internet problems, I was not able to get nearly as much footage as I wanted to. And then even when I completed my script and all my research, I still was having trouble filming during the time I had outlined for it. So if I could fix that, I would go back and try and get help from my tutor. Maybe ask him a more reliable way to film, somewhere else I could go that had good internet I could connect my Xbox to, and that way I could film there. I kind of just kept fiddling with my Ethernet cord until sometimes it worked, maybe like 20% of the time, super rare. But that was an outlying problem that I knew I needed to fix, yet I put it on hold and prioritized my research, which turned out super great. However, I put the final project on the side and just said, I'll figure that out when I get to it. Everything will be fine. And it didn't turn out the way I wanted. I had to adapt. So if I go back, I would have started fixing the issue as soon as I realized it, because I got all this great information, yet I can't put it out the way that I initially wanted to, which is disappointing. I'm glad that my cousin decided to help me, and I still think the podcast is good. We go over a lot of good information, and personally, I learned a lot of stuff that I was curious about, so I had a lot of fun doing that. I learned a lot about researching and planning, and yeah, I think the podcast ended up being good. I'm really happy with my research. That was definitely the best part of my DA. But again, if I go back, as soon as I realize the problem, start creating a solution. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Those are the 2 main things. So I had a great time doing this. I love the class. Thanks for watching.